Some people think the world is scarce, some people think the world is abundant. When we think the world is scarce, and especially around money, the thoughts that come in our head are like, I can't afford that. I don't have enough money. What if there won't be money in the bank? I never have much money. I can't keep track of money. I'm terrible with money. It's both thoughts about the quantity of money and also the behavioral attitude related to money and a lack of confidence in how one interacts with money and fear that there's never enough money. I think we make much better decisions when we're not scared. When we're in fear, that clouds judgment. It's hard to be objective when we're scared. It's almost impossible to act logically when we're scared, much less to take a risk, even a calculated, high likely return on investment kind of risk, whether that's a risk of our money or a risk of our time. What's a scarcity mindset? I never have enough money to do anything I want. That's the thought that's running through your head all the time in a scarcity mindset. The impact on the business when you're holding on to a scarcity mindset, it's very hard to grow. It's very hard to take actions. The business owner is constantly worried, scared about running out of money. So most new initiatives in business either require more of our time or more of our money, and often they require both. And so if we're obsessed and terrified by spending money, that's going to limit the options for the kinds of things we will consider to do as a business owner. So what is an abundance mindset? Well, folks that have an abundance mindset believe that money, energy, lots of things in life are abundant in quantity and will be there when we need them. Having an abundance mindset as a business owner, in my own experience and in the experience of my clients, it helps the business grow. The business owner has courage to take new initiatives. The business owner has confidence to try new things. The business owner has resilience in the face of shortcomings. Pay attention to the language you're using. An example would be replacing something like, I can't afford that, to I wonder how I can afford that. How can I afford that? That opens up our brains to a problem-solving mode, which is expansive and allows us to come up with creative solutions rather than shutting down the creative part of our brain. Well, there's the old cliche that we're the sum of the 5 people we spend the most time with. I would advise a business owner to take stock of who they're spending time with. If the 5 people you spend time with are all scared about money, then that's impacting your money mindset. Conversely, if you can surround yourself with people who inspire you, people who think the world is abundant, people who are expansive in their thinking and their behavior, that's likely to increase your likelihood to be an abundant thinker. Several things you can do as a business owner to create an abundant future. Price on profitability, less than what other people are charging or what you think the market will bear, but is your pricing producing a profit? Create multiple revenue streams for the business so that you are not dependent on any one way of making money, and likewise diversify the client base so that you're not dependent on one large client, and if they go away, the world collapses. Set financial goals, celebrate when they're achieved, and the celebrate when they're achieved is an important part of that conversation. The investment companies always say past performance does not ensure future results, so don't let past negative results that you've experienced as a business owner cloud your thinking about the future. If you find yourself feeling like you're in survival mode, sweating out every payroll, wondering if you're going to be able to pay yourself, you need to change the thoughts that are going inside your head, and you need to take small practical actions to try and increase cash flow and your awareness of that. If you want to stay small, think scarcity. If you're interested in growing, an abundance mindset is going to be a really important tool. Doesn't sound practical. It doesn't sound like something an accountant would say. What's going on inside the business owner's head affects every aspect of the business, including cash flow. I've done a lot of work myself on developing an abundance mindset. I love talking about that stuff, so if you're curious, reach out to me. And I'd love to help you find an action plan to move from fear and scarcity to abundance and hope and confidence.